All right, so continuing the conversation around women specifically, what is the quote window of opportunity for starting HRT? Am I too young in perimenopause, or am I too old if I'm already postmenopausal?
Yeah.
So is there a quote perfect window? And then maybe we can dig a little deeper than that. If not, what does it look like on either side of that window?
There's no perfect window. It comes down to symptoms. It comes down to health history, what caused you to be low in hormones. So let's start with someone who is not perimenopausal yet, and they have a history of hardcore dieting, extreme exercising, maybe not fueling as well as they should, and all their hormones are low. We're generally going to have a conversation with them about, hey, sure, you can go on these like hormones, but, being so young, there are modalities that we could try here naturally, plus like pulling back on all your exercise, because a stressed body will shut down hormone production. Women's bodies will definitely lower progesterone because biology and nature, we don't want a child born to a stress situation. In the past would have been say, hey, shortage of food, stress goes up. Why have a child? So that the woman's body naturally can't. And so hormones are shut down with all that stress. In that case, it might be more so, let's get your lifestyle interventions right. Sometimes the damage is already done. If you're talking 15 under fueling when their body's growing. So in that case, if she's 30 and she's already tried a year of eating up and, doing the right things and it's not coming back, sure, we would treat you. Right? The answer is going to be, it depends. A perimenopausal woman, as I said in one of our other modules, like generally will stick around longer, but her progesterone fails, and that becomes estrogen dominant. And what that leads to is poor sleep, anxiety, stress, weight gain where they don't want it in the lower half. So, we have no problem scripting someone like that progesterone because they really probably don't need it. And we will look at their testosterone. And sometimes with perimenopause, testosterone numbers look great still, and sometimes they don't. So in that case, we already know what's coming. Nature is starting to shut off the hormones. As those hormones get shut off, the women get a very small trickle of testosterone out of the adrenal glands. The ovaries shut off. And so if a woman wants to feel vital and great libido and build muscle and stay leaner and all those things, and we already see it's going in the wrong direction, we would script that. You got to handle those cases with kid gloves, quote unquote. Well, when you throw that in a system that hasn't had hormones for 10 years, a lot of the times those women break out in hives, they get histamine reactions, mast cell issues, autoimmune type issues. So when we get a female who hasn't had hormones in a very long time, we might just start with progesterone, because that will at least get her sleeping. She's usually by now on the typical stack of an SSRI and sleeping meds, trazodone and maybe a Lexapro. And hey, if you truly need a Lexapro, not against it. But I'm just saying, if you had a woman who's never needed any of that in all of her life, and then by the time 55, she has to need these, probably hormones.
Yeah.
So that's a typical medical Western stack. Oh, we don't look at your hormones. Let's just give you these meds, right? Generally, we'll start with progesterone. Try to get her sleeping well. Try to get her off to that trazodone. That's going to get her calmer. Her anxiety is going to come down. And then we generally layer in a little bit of testosterone later, okay? And then we're going to take a look at her estradiol. Or because, she had been no hormones for 10 years, it might still say sub 5. And that just means it isn't registering. And, that can affect sex life, right? Vaginal atrophy, dryness. Many women still at 65 want to have a great sex life. They're probably going to need the whole, we don't script it a lot. I don't love using it. It can be helpful for many people, but give the example. It's kind of like The Price is Right, Plinko.
Yeah.
You could drop it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what progesterone is, because it's upstream. You got cholesterol, progesterone, and then all your hormones flow down.